Hello, good morning. All right, so I'm going to need everyone, if you're in the box, I'm going to need you either to whisper or move to the other end. We're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2022 CR 9682, State of Texas versus Philip Singleton. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Matt Stolhansky for Mr. Singleton.
All right, and are you Mr. Singleton?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so guys in the box, you're all gonna have to move it to the other end. All right, we're back on the record. Mr. Singleton, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated third or more? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. State recommends community supervision. There's to be restitution, if any, to Lamplighter Estates, LAMPLIGHTER at 4801 Goldfield, San Antonio, Texas 78218. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 10 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 150 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Your Honor, 1 second, just for the record's clarification, he's an American citizen.
I thought he said he was a citizen.
Yeah, we didn't. When the gentleman took his cap off, we were in the middle of that, so I don't think he responded.
No, he did.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
I'm a citizen.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But thank you. I appreciate that.
Double checking.
All right. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State exhibit number 1 with all this attachments.
Your Honor, I have reviewed that with my client. We have no objection.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and judgments, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. We're off the record for a moment. States, you may proceed with your other cases.
Thank you.
All right, and we're back on the record. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Singleton works every day. He's a cement form builder. He's a laborer, but he works every day. He has been on probation before and never had an NPR filed on him. Obviously on the previous, and we're asking that you follow the plea and allow him to be on probation as agreed.
All right. So, Mr. Singleton, how are you handling your sobriety?
Good. I'm not drinking. It's
Me.
over. Well, I go to church.
How long have you been sober?
Since that day.
All right. So why is it that it appears that you need to be on probation in order to remain sober? Why is that? Why do we have these instances where you're sober and then you're drinking, then you're driving?
That I don't explain. It's not normal. The default in my character.
All right. You're gonna have to do treatment, you understand? All right. So are you living by yourself?
No, ma'am.
All right, who do you live with?
My ex-wife.
Oh, all right.
Luann Singleton from Lulu's Bakery and Green Restaurant.
All right. So, well, not too many people can say they live with their ex. And this witness who was with you, who said that they take you to your AA meetings, who is that?
I'm in the concrete business and he's a subcontractor that ties rebar for me from time to time.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. There's to be restitution, if any, to Lamp Lighter Estates, located at 4801 Goldfield, San Antonio, Texas, 78218. Defense, if you think the restitution amount, if we're given a restitution amount, if you think that is something that is too high, we can always come back and have a restitution hearing.
And if I may, I think insurance has already covered that.
All right, just turn in that information to probation. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There is to be regular UAs. Are you currently driving?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your vehicle needs to be equipped with ignition interlock.
Yes, ma'am. Have that.
Okay. And the court is going to order ignition interlock for the full term. There's always a chance that the court will reconsider that, but for now, I'm ordering it to be for the full term. And there's to be no driving of any vehicle without ignition interlock. And there was a let me see. They did get your TAP evaluation done. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start you off with a referral to felony drug court. You need to let them know what your history is, and you need to probably be accepted in there, okay?
Okay.
So they can give you the tools that you need in order to not drink anymore.
Okay.
So we're going to do a referral to felony drug court. If not accepted in felony drug court, then intensive outpatient treatment with probation. There's going to be 90 meetings in 90 days. There's a 2-year Texas driver's license suspension. DWI education course. Victim impact panel, and that's going to be live. They're going to be field visits 1 time per month. I have to write everything down so that they can have it. Okay. So that'll be 1 time.
Copy of all this, right?
Oh, you will have a copy of this, and I need to make sure this is legible for the probation officer. So There's going to be field visits one time per month. Field visits may count as reporting. Whether or not it counts as reporting is dependent upon your probation officer. If your probation officer want to count the field visit as you reporting, then that can be the case. There's 150 hours of community service restitution. There's to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider. Or with minors. All right, is there anything else you need from the council?
Yes, ma'am. Would the court consider an occupational license so we can?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the deal, Mr. Singleton. My statistics professor would be very upset with me because I haven't really done a study, but it's just what I've noticed in the world. Usually when people drink and drive, the person who's drunk behind the wheel of a vehicle or impaired behind the wheel of a vehicle, they never get hurt. If there's an accident, it's always some innocent person walking across the street, some grandparent just on their way trying to live their life. Don't be the person who ends up being intoxicated, hitting someone, and then coming to court crying over it. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And thank you again for dressing appropriately for court.
I respect you, just out of respect.
Oh, I appreciate that. And I know I can trust you because, as I said, in the Western, they say if you wear a belt, anybody who wears a belt and suspenders, if they can't trust their pants to stay up, they can't be trusted. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
All right.
ma'am.
So what I'm having you do is you sit on that front row and wait for probation. Just sit on this side, on this front row. If you'll show it to him,
Yes, ma'am.
counsel.
Am I dismissed?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wait.